think we've all had a pretty rough time the last 3 years. The pandemic has turned our lives upside down. Well, there are always two ways of facing this change. Either lie flat completely or make another change yourself. That's exactly what I did. Hi, my name is Patrick, and today I'm going to talk about what I learned about time management during the pandemic. So how did I do it? Just an ordinary 14 years old kid. Just like everyone in China at that time, Spring Festival 2020, I was on pandemic lockdown. Well, I was a kid who never had enough time because my mom planned it all for me. My usual schedule goes like this. Math at 7 a.m., piano at 11 a.m., lunch have to be finished within half an hour, baseball at 1 p.m., rowing at 4 p.m., writing at 7 p.m., and finally, last but least, bed at 11 p.m. Well, brilliant time management. I never had enough time to manage myself until the pandemic came. Just imagine the feeling. You're a hungry kid, unleashed into a candy shop, and you're scooping up kilos of junk food candy. And as you run out, candy is falling from your pockets, leaving a trail of candy everywhere. And that was the feeling. I never had enough time. Now, the pandemic came, and I had an abundance of it. Now, I don't know what to do with it, so they all became junk time. Okay, so how did I turn from that junk time-wasting kid into who I am right now? It all started from one day I found this quote. In the midst of chaos, there's always opportunity. Chaos, pandemic, opportunity. Well, the opportunity was actually an accident. It was on one of my most hated class ever, and that's PE. In pandemic PE classes, I usually skip them, and I log in and I log out. Well, just about I'm going to do that one more time. I heard this from a teacher. Today, kids, we are going to learn a fun skill and art called juggling. And I stayed here the whole time. I clicked that lesson. And I found my devotion. I found my crush. It's like crush. You don't really know how you got in love, but you just know you're in love. And after that class, I immediately ordered some juggling balls. I started practicing the same day they arrived. I started throwing them up in the air, trying to catch them, watching them fall, and picking them up again. Well, my mom wasn't happy with all that. That's for sure. She's not happy with it, not only because I almost broke her favorite dish once, which I actually did, but it's actually because she thinks I'm wasting time with juggling. She thinks juggling is playing. Well, Chinese kids don't like their kids to play. Yeah, that's about her attitude at first. Well, that attitude, stop juggling, Patrick, gradually, magically became, be patient, Patrick, you're making some progress. It's some progress, but it's progress. Well, what actually changed her? I'm showing her that I'm not wasting time with my devotion. I'm actually devoting my time to juggling while getting a good grade. Well, most Chinese kids aren't so fortunate. When they are doing something that will later become their devotion, the parents came shouting and say, stop playing, you go do some math. And they rob their devotion away. And the parents force the kids into something the kids never love to do. Okay, this may seem reasonable for the parents. What they don't realize is two disadvantages. Firstly, the parents can plan their kids for now, their time, but what about later? The parents have to let go at some moment, and when they let go and their kids don't know how to plan because the parents planned their time all along, what's going to happen is that candy shop incident I described earlier. It's a total disaster because the kids don't know what to do. And he or she may be addicted to video games and fall into all that kind of trap. Disadvantage 2. The kids don't have a devotion and they don't have a strong heart. They don't have something to keep them going when they are facing the pandemic of pressure. It's not only the COVID pandemic that's out there. The pressure is always out there. And when they face such an insane amount of pressure when they're studying, they're going to collapse because they don't have something strong inside to keep them going. Well, devotion can face both of these disadvantages perfectly and beat them. And by the way, devotion can bring something really great in that devoted area. That James Cameron kid can raise the Titanic from the seabed just because he had his devoted thing all along, and that is deep diving. That Steve Jobs kid can create the empire of Apple from nowhere just because he quit college and went for his true love, found parents, kids, everyone. Something you and your child loves is not wasting time. Even though it might seem like childish play, it can be their later on devotion and can change their lives. What you gotta do is not force your kid to find a devotion. Rather, leave it there, let it grow. They will find it eventually. Trust me. Well, just a little quick review. Do I have to learn juggling to be successful at time management? No. Anything true to our hearts can work. Anything. By that, I mean, with that devoted thing, you can bring great success in that devoted area while also making the kid a strong and loving and independent human being. If I can be the master of my universe, you too can be the master of your universe by finding something you truly love. Well, only if you're really serious, Taobao has some very nice juggling balls waiting for you.